And you can't beat him, you join him. And so I joined him. He was a cocaine addict. To take away my mental and physical pain, I began to use cocaine. And I found myself living full-time eventually in a house where drugs were sold 24 hours a day. And I was pregnant by the drug dealer, and we all went to jail.
So you always want to talk about the challenge that you faced, the choices that you made, and the outcomes. Because again, hope is a practice. We want to talk about the good outcomes. We can acknowledge the bad outcomes as well, but we really want to focus. Dr. King acknowledged the bad and his I have a dream. But the overarching theme was I have a dream that things can be better.
If you have this baby, you will be shackled to the bed. They're going to remove the baby from your custody within 24 hours, if you even get to see the baby. And your baby will be placed potentially, in foster care.
And that should come from watching my mom. I still get teared up when I talk about it. Watching my mom, really struggle. But for her, I can just imagine the shame and the difficulty and the obstacles being a Black woman coming up through that, and you had a kid that young.
Do you fight the case and maybe sit in jail for a year pre-trial waiting? Found out on the delivery table I was having a set of twins because I received no prenatal care the entire time that I was incarcerated. So when my attorney said to me, Christy, I can imagine you going into labor inside of a cell. Will they come get you? Will you have the baby in the cell? And I got out, found myself trying to figure out life. Nobody don't want you to live nowhere.
I was raised to know right from wrong. So I sold drugs, so I was going to school for law, which introduced me to the street life. I started getting addicted, seeing the fast money and all that stuff.
And that shit stayed with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I show up and do what I do. Come in and I'm going hard. It's why I'm going hard. Because I can't fail for who my mom is in the next generation. So I tear up and cry. I love my mom.
I couldn't find anywhere to live. I couldn't find anywhere to hire me. So my probation officer was on me a little bit. So I decided to go to school, Central Piedmont, shout out. And I did. I got my associate's degree. I went on to get my bachelor's degree. I went on to get my master's degree. And it was in working with men who have been convicted of domestic and sexual violence that it hit me. We ain't doing right. You feel me? It didn't do anything. You just really literally push pause on my life. And when I get out of wherever I'm at, we push and play again. We're going right back to the same stuff. And so that's how I got into the policy work. It was through the Second Chance Alliance that I got into policy work. I was working, and it was through that work that I understood where I was supposed to be working. Have an ability to move people with our stories and with our experiences in a way that people who do not have our experiences are not. And so since they're not like us, they're not the best spokespeople for us.
I made a choice to not allow the situation to pull me down, but to find a way to come out on top and also help others.